There's been more leaks and rumors. I guess we could touch on that real quick. So these come from Dusk Golem, aka Aesthetic Gamer. I put a video out earlier. It did pretty well, so I know a lot of you guys probably already seen it. Dusk is mixed online. Like the reception to Dusk's rumors and leaks are very mixed. I will say in his defense, he was hitting with Village. He was hitting, dude. Like a lot of things he was saying actually were true. Yeah. I know also that he's also been wrong. So he's one that like, if he reports on something, every game journalist is going to cover it. Every news article is going to be about it.
It's something to look at.
It brings a lot of attention. Yeah. And, so that's why when I go to it, it's like, well, he's been right, but he's also been wrong. And he said that Resident Evil 9 will be revealed really soon, which I already thought. Like I said, that it's most likely going to be showcased. I don't think it's good. It's absolutely not going to come out this year.
I didn't think it was going to be released or showcased until next year.
Really?
Honestly.
I mean, they've been doing pretty consistent with like an annual release, and I think that's what they wanted. Capcom wanted to do an annual release, and they were kind of hitting there for a while. So I was like, if it's not out this year, it's going to definitely be showcased. And I don't think we've been seen anything yet. So there's no way in hell with promotional campaigns that they're gonna showcase it and then drop it in the same year. Like it's gonna take some time. Yeah. So I figured if they need that,
normally.
And I don't think they would go 2-year gap. That'd be crazy. So my thoughts were it was gonna be showcased this summer, and it's gonna drop early next year. That was my thoughts. That's my thoughts. But what Dust says, it's gonna be showcased soon and it's gonna drop in January. But that was earlier reports. It could have changed. Yada yada yada. We'll see. We'll see. But
that seems so soon to me, though.
That it would drop in January?
We haven't seen a single thing yet. And that's only like
promotional campaigns
7 months away, not even.
They're generally 6 months, though.
Oh, okay.
Promotional campaigns.
Yeah, maybe. You're right. Yeah.
So, like, it's not completely out of the realm of possibilities. I still kind of believe what I thought. Like, it'll be showcased in summer, and it'll probably be out February, January. Maybe January. I was going to say February, but yeah. Or March.
Skip the holiday season,
probably March. Because that's generally when they drop. Like, we're getting a ton of
I guess they did February,
anniversaries now.
3, I think.
Yeah, they drop a lot in January and February. I mean, in the first quarter, I should say. They drop a lot in the first quarter. I know technically this is the second quarter, but Resident Evil Village just celebrated its 3-year anniversary on May 7th. So it's the window. It's the quarter one, late quarter one, early quarter two. That's generally their window.
It's coming up.
It's all over the place, though, around that time. So I do think it's coming. Now, I mean, we could go all the way back to our early leaks and rumors where there was going to be like Wendigos and a major character was going to die. Sorry, I'm sick. So I didn't realize that talking so much would give me a really scratchy throat, but thank you for your patience with me.
Like that right away.
Yeah, I'm getting sick. But no, like it went to like a major character was going to die. You know, honestly, a lot of these leaks sound like they could be made up. Yeah,
they're super clickbaity. Like
they are. I mean, I like talking about them because I'm just excited, and I think it's really good discussion. It makes me think about things about the series that I would have never thought of.
Right.
I did put one Resident Evil 9 video out where it's just purely what I wanted to see, and it's very different from like these rumors and leaks. You know what I mean? And it's some similarities, but I really do hope that I think like Resident Evil 7 was a great return to form. I feel like it was survival horror through and through. I feel like 2/3 of that game was fantastic, and it kind of fell off, later at the end of the last third of the game. It kind of got a little, I wanted more variety. Enemies, the locations were kind of repetitive.
That was the biggest thing. Is the enemies to me.
The Village came out, and it added so much replay ability. The merchant system was back. All that was great, but it was like, what do we always say? It was like a focus group.
That's what I say. There's so many different sections. They're all different. They're in their own way,
Yeah, like it felt like it was broken up by house, which was cool.
The market is what I was
saying.
They
were testing the market. That's what it felt like.
To see what part that people liked,
Yeah, and so we got like Lady Dimitrescu's castle was very much like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
We had they were the OGs. Then we had
Morrow.
Morrow. Yeah, it was like the grotesque horror.
Nobody liked that part. Fish people. Well, a lot of people did, but
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
I think that was the least favorited.
No,
I'm pretty sure.
I think my least favorite was Heisenberg's part.
A lot of people loved Heisenberg's.
They did, yeah. And then the other one was like
nailed the character. Like
they all nailed the character.
Yeah,
but
I don't know who did Morrow, and Morrow was just hard to understand. I know.
Yeah, but anyways, so they were different chunks of variety. We had the psychological horror, which I thought that section was really cool and could be its own.
Beneviento.
Beneviento. That is really cool idea. would I like to see like a psychological game like that continue in Resident Evil? Not personally. I think it could be its own IP. I think Capcom nailed it with like a psychological horror game with that section. I would like to see that become its own thing. But basically what I'm getting to is it had a lot of good things about it, but it did go a little action heavy.
Yeah.
There was a lot of sections where it just was broken up and you couldn't return, so it lost a lot of that like back travel and stuff. And with Resident Evil 9, I want them to dial it back. I want them to like take everything they learned from Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, the bad, learn from it. Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 4 remake, and I want them to take what worked and focus back on survival horror. I want them to kind of go away from the mythological creatures
magic
was interesting. It was interesting. The magic shit, it was interesting, but I want them to go back to more towards like a grounded roots. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we have to have zombies come back. I would love it, but whatever fits and works. Just I want
more realistic,
more body horror, more realistic, more grounded in reality. That's me personally. And we're talking about Resident Evil 9 because the latest leaks and rumors. But like again, just to leaks and rumors, I report on that stuff because I think it's a fun discussion. Sometimes it holds truth, sometimes it doesn't. We have no news right now, so why not talk about something? But just every time you see a news or a leak video, take it with a huge grain of salt. And just think on it like I do. It's fun to theorize. It's fun to speculate.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, but regardless of those leaks and rumors, I do think we're going to probably see something soon.
Yeah.
I will say, back to the leaks and rumors, when Village was coming out and some of the previous Resident Evil games, the leaks and rumors I was hearing were legit. This has been quiet. The Resident Evil 9 has been so quiet that a lot of sources I go to.
That's why I'm surprised like you saying that it's gonna probably be shown soon.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that
makes sense.
They've gotten control after the massive leak
yeah.
that revealed like employees' personal information. I think Capcom's like, all right, it was fun until now.
Time to crack down.
And now it's time to crack down. And it's like so a lot of sources I had are like, it just went radio silent, which is fine. I like to be excited. But, me, I have no self-control when it comes to that stuff, and I want to hear it. But it is nice to just go into it.
No, you do. Don't lie.
Well, no, I mean, it's nice to go into it not knowing anything. But if I see a leak or rumor, I have no self-control. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna watch it. You know what I mean?
I have self-control.
Until the game's coming out, and then I don't want to watch like any okay, so like YouTube usually will drop a gameplay of a Resident Evil game like a week in advance because people overseas or somewhere they'll get it from where they work, and it's like at that point I don't want to watch any of it. Like I've heard enough. I'm excited. I'm gonna get it. Like I don't want to actually watch what happens. I like the leaks and rumors because like is it true? I don't know.
Right.
We'll find out. But it doesn't give away too much. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's kind of been like we're coming off the excitement of Resident Evil 4 remake, and this is generally when the speculation ramps up, and we're just getting prepped for like Resident Evil 9. Like that's what I'm thinking. It could be something completely different. Honestly, it might not even be Resident Evil 9.
I'm nervous,
but I really think it's gonna be Resident Evil 9.
I'm nervous.
We're getting back into that season,
I
baby.
hope it's good.
Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys excited? Are you looking forward to Resident Evil 9? Do you think it's going to be Resident Evil 9? Or do you think it's going to be something completely different? Or do you think, we're not even going to get a reveal of anything? Like Corey said, he originally thought we weren't going to see anything this year.
Once you said it's been 3 years since Village, it makes more sense, kind of.
Yeah.
I thought it was only like 2.
Yeah, 3. Well, 4 came out last year, so.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. But, again, to that potential leak or rumor.
Yeah.
In which this does make sense. It's been in development for like almost 8 years. So they've been kind of like developing multiple games at a time, which they do. Maybe that was just like in the planning stages. Maybe they were just reusing assets. Just like what assets can we make for Village that we can take over to save time and money?
Oh, for sure. They're
all companies do that.
Look at RE4 and Village.
Look at RE4 and Village. Look at Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3. You know what I mean? Like all companies do that.
Yeah.
But like when they say it's been in development for 7 years, it was probably being planned. They were probably prepping what assets they were going to use. Not like it was actually like
a lot of them are pre-planning
a game 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a lot of the pre-planning.
Yeah. So if it has been that long, though, holy shit, it's coming soon. And it's supposed to be the biggest budget, which
really,
could go one or two ways. Resident Evil 6 was the biggest budget,
Ooh.
most ambitious. Resident Evil 6 was also the most ambitious. I think Capcom Dev 1 understands what people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're gonna get that repeat of the 4, 5, and 6 trilogy where it went from action to really action to like over the top action. I don't think that, but 7 survival horror, Village action horror. So I'm hoping it doesn't go that way. And I know some people would be excited for it, but I think they know enough that they'll probably go back to like scary.
Yeah.
Rose's story's done.
I think
the Winters family's done.
God, I mean, I didn't mind it, but
I didn't mind it, but I'm okay. I'm okay with
I've had
it.
enough of it.
Yeah, yeah. I got good closure.
Hey,
It was interesting. I don't like
he's
how
a good dad.
Ethan was a great
He's a
dad.
good dad.
Uh,
Good man.
I don't like that they jumped 16 years in the future
Me neither.
because that means that like
Plot armor.
yeah that gives Chris like severe plot armor, and it shows that the Hound Wolf Squad is still around. Not a huge fan of that, but like
And they're working with Rose. And,
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So like that, not a big fan of, but like the Winters family saga, like I liked it. Like it was a fun, interesting take. But now that that's concluded, I want to dial it back to survival horror. I want to be a little slower paced, and I want to go back to some of the characters that like
The
are
main
already
characters.
the main characters that are already like established and have had no resolve. You know,
Yeah. I want Barry.
Barry
Where's
would be
Barry?
oh Barry, where's Barry? I want a Resident Evil Revelation 3 with Barry Burton, Rebecca Chambers,
Yeah.
and Raid Mode 3.
Yeah. That's all I want to.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's what I want.
And if Capcom does another remake, you know, a lot of people say Resident Evil 5. I think there's a good chance for 5. I want Code Veronica. I think
And
Code Veronica
Zero.
Zero would be
That's
interesting.
on my list now.
Is it? Yeah, I think Code Veronica is hands down the most deserving.
Yeah.
For the story, if you're going to remake Resident Evil 5, you kind of got to get the setup with Code
The
Veronica.
Redfields, like,
Yeah, the Redfields
Wesker.
meeting together, and then Wesker returning, and then, you know, the rivalry between Wesker and Chris. That's kind of what...
And it's a good game, I think.
It's kind of what gives... I mean, you could play 5 without playing Code Veronica, and you probably have fun when it came out. But knowing their history is kind of what builds the community, and it makes these diehard fans that love the lore, you know, that get into it. The lore's all over the place, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like it's necessary, especially if they're kind of rewriting the story with these remakes. They're kind of changing some things, and
Yeah, a little bit.
they're not cleaning it
little
up
freedom with
as much as I would have liked, but they are doing it like they have. It seems like Capcom has a plan. Let's see if it pays off.
yeah.
We'll see if it pays off.
Oh.
All right, guys, we've talked a lot about Resident Evil 9. We talked about what remakes we want to see. I mean, if I had to say what one I actually really, really want the most, it would be Outbreak.
Me too.
But which one is the most deserving is Code Veronica. Let us know if you're rewatching this. Let us know in the comments. If you're in the chat right now, let us know. We go back through and we read these. But I wanted to touch on that because it's got me excited again.
I'm excited too.
It's got me, yeah. So what do you guys think?